Time stood still. Sati's body was burning in Daksha's sacrifice. Shiva was groaning in pain. Who would have thought that the world's first love story would end this way? But what could be done? No one can escape destiny's decree, not even God himself. But this wasn't the end. It was the beginning of an eternal love story that would be remembered for centuries. This was the beginning of Shiva and Parvati, a new era in their love story. So let's find out in today's story what happened after Sati's death and how Shiva and Parvati met. Why did Shiva accept Parvati after Sati? This love story is not as simple as it seems. The path is full of difficulties, and if you want to understand every aspect of Shiva and Parvati's union, then watch this video till the end. After Sati's death, Shiva carried her body and wandered throughout the universe in his grief, which began to disrupt the balance of the earth. Then Vishnu with his Sudarshan Chakra cut Sati's body into pieces, after which Shiva calmed down and went into meditation on Mount Kailash. Shiva could not bear the sorrow of Sati's death and began to live in solitude. Everything became quiet, but amidst all this, a new power was being born in the world of demons, whose name was Tarakasura. He was a symbol of the growing chaos in Shiva's absence. He performed rigorous penance and shook the entire universe with the power of his austerities. Finally, pleased with his penance, Lord Brahma appeared. Brahma said, "Ask my son, what boon do you desire?" Then Tarakasura said, "O Lord Brahma, grant me a boon that my death will only come at the hands of Shiva's son." Brahma said, "So be it." Tarakasura knew that Shiva was engrossed in penance on Mount Kailash in grief over Sati and would never marry again. In such a situation, the question of him having a son didn't even arise. After receiving this boon, Tarakasura began wreaking havoc everywhere. His terror spread throughout the three worlds. The gods' hermitages were burnt, the sacrifices were destroyed, and even heaven trembled. Then all the gods, including Indra, approached Brahma and said, "O Brahma, if Shiva does not awaken, creation will be destroyed." Brahma said in a calm and sorrowful voice, "His death is only possible at the hands of Shiva's son, and this can only happen when Shakti is reborn." Then the gods decided that Shakti must be reborn, for without the union of Shiva and Shakti, neither creation nor balance could be maintained. This is where the real story begins, the story of the union of Shiva and Parvati. Amidst the snowy peaks of the Himalayas, where rivers flow like silken waves and the air is filled with the scent of purity, one day the earth, the sky, and the gods all paused for a moment. A divine daughter was born to King Himavan and Queen Mena. When the girl opened her first eyes, the entire palace was filled with a divine radiance. There was compassion in her smile and the depth of the infinite universe in her eyes. As if she herself were the embodiment of Shakti, the girl was named Parvati. As time passed, the girl grew older. From childhood, she had a deep connection with nature, with flowers, water, animals, and birds, and with that blue-throated god whose stories the sages often chanted. When Mahadeva was described, little Parvati's eyes would sparkle. For some unknown reason, she felt a sense of familiarity with everything about Shiva, as if her soul were remembering an unfinished song. She would spend hours meditating in the caves of the Himalayas. Sometimes she would make a Shivalingam out of clay, and sometimes she would adorn it with flowers. An unwavering devotion to Shiva had awakened in her heart without any instruction. When Parvati was only 4 years old, the great sage Narada Muni came to visit her family. Eager to know her beloved daughter's future, Himavan requested sage Narada to read Parvati's palm and tell him what destiny held for her. Parvati's future husband would be someone who lived in desolate places, adorned with strange adornments and rags. He would not be clad in royal garments, and his very presence would be unrecognizable to the world. This union would not merely be a marriage, it would be the rebirth of the balance of the universe. From that day onwards, Parvati's life's purpose became clear. She knew that she was born to attain Shiva. No childish desires, no royal comforts, only one resolve filled her heart: to reunite with that one soul with whom she had been connected for lifetimes. Time passed, and little Parvati had now entered womanhood. Her face bore the same serene radiance that Sati had possessed, the same unwavering gaze, the same compassion, and the same unspoken longing. From childhood, she had felt Shiva in her heart, but now that feeling had transformed into an unshakable resolve. When she heard sage Narada's prophecy that her destiny was intertwined with Lord Shiva himself, she decided that if her life had any purpose, it was solely to attain Shiva. One day, Parvati said to her father Himavan, "Father, I can no longer stay in the palace. I must walk the path that will lead me to my Lord." Himavan asked in surprise, "Daughter, do you know the difficulties of that path? That path is not strewn with flowers, but with fire." Parvati smiled and said, "Father, when love is true, even fire becomes a lamp." With this firm resolve, Parvati renounced her palace, her wealth, and her family. Leaving behind the cool breezes of the Himalayas, she set out towards the south, where according to the sages lay the sacred pilgrimage site of Shringi, where even the gods manifest themselves through penance. Amidst the mountains, in the icy valleys, Parvati built her small hermitage. There were no comforts, no royal life, only the sound of the rivers and their echoes could be heard. Initially, they sustained themselves on fruits and water, but gradually they began to renounce all material needs. Now they relied solely on leaves. During the day, they meditated under the open sky, and at night they lay on a stone and contemplated Shiva. Her meditation was so profound that light began to emanate from her body. Rishis who came to see her said that her meditation could not be that of an ordinary human being. Years passed, and now her life depended solely on the air she breathed. It seemed as if nature itself had become absorbed in her meditation. Her eyes were closed, but in her mind there was only one name, Mahadev. While Parvati continued her meditation, the world was terrorized by a fearsome demon named Tarakasura. Desperate to defeat him, the divine gods sought counsel from Brahma. Brahma told them that only the son of Lord Shiva and Parvati could defeat the demon, but it was impossible to reach Lord Shiva, who was immersed in deep meditation. Then the divine gods decided to appoint Kamadev, the god of love, to awaken Lord Shiva from his samadhi. Kamadev, with his arrows of desire, tried to disrupt Lord Shiva's meditation by creating an atmosphere of attraction with fragrant flowers and sweet music. Despite his best efforts, Shiva remained unaffected and continued in his state of deep meditation. Disheartened, Kamadev took the extreme step of shooting an arrow directly at Shiva, which caused him to awaken from his samadhi. For the first time in thousands of years of meditation, Lord Shiva opened his eyes, and as soon as he sensed the intrusion, he opened his third eye in a flash of fierce energy and destroyed Kamadev. At that moment, Kamadev's wife Rati fell at Lord Shiva's feet and begged for her husband's life. Shiva, though stern, relented and granted Kamadev a boon. He would live but without a body. Since then, Kamadev exists in a formless state. After all this, Brahma, Vishnu, and all the gods arrived at Kailash. Brahma said to Shiva in a gentle voice, "O Mahadev, Shakti has been reborn. The same Shakti who is devoted to you, she is engrossed in penance, and her resolve can burn the entire universe. Only your affection can soothe her burning pain." Shiva remained silent for a few moments, not responding, but something had stirred within him, the same tremor that once resonated with the name of Sati. The time had come for the union of Shiva and Parvati, but it wasn't going to be that easy. Now Parvati had to prove her love. So let's find out what happened when Shiva appeared before her and asked something that surprised even Parvati. But before that, if you like the video, please like it and write Har Har Mahadev in the comments.